Let me show you why you're missing something completely, but not entirely. Okay, so as far as you know, I'm very proud of myself. Back at the group home, I made the Because of You remix. With Kelly Clarkson and Neo. It really, really meant a lot, especially when I went in and watched South Park with my boys. Over and over and over again. It was dope. It was really, really, really dope. And remember that one year that I was quarantining where I watched all, the slice of life anime on High Dive specifically, Chris paid for it. So there's a big, principle where it comes behind that, okay? So I want you guys to recognize that this video is all about, the truth behind the revelation, why society is standing still, why this is so detrimental, and why, Lord Seventh will stay out of this, but I am no longer Lord Seventh for this video. Due to knowing that somebody is so desperate in this game to where I just watched the story mode for Storm Connections, and it said Lord Seventh. I tell what they did by using Blood Lily, by replacing the algorithm, by replacing the title. Artwork from NASA. They made sure that Lord Seventh wasn't there after it's already reinstated. I'm telling you, you're a reread because I see my fans go from the school every single day. Okay. There's a lot. I mean, there's a whole lot. I mean, there's this one girl who I knew was called Christina. Literally, that was fat. Literally, that took me to Great America. And, I started complaining. And what she was doing was she was using her boobs as a distraction. And don't laugh. That's torturing an autistic kid because what she's doing, literally, is she's recognizing that outside, literally, without telling me what's in. Okay, that's a big thing because literally, you can't be sneaking this in. Literally, you're trying to destroy somebody. So anyway, what this video has to do with people not owning up to their word and trying to criticize me. Okay, so let's tell you what happened. Is the reason why there's a stop sign literally was because there's this thing where I had, the PS3. Not the PS. No, it was the PS4. It was the PS4, not the PS5. Literally, the storybook got in my head. Anyway, so the PS4, I was playing Fire Z, not Sparking Zero, but doing versus battles like the weekends versus the replacements over and over and over again. That looked like a fight when it first happened. That's why I got cocky, and that was no longer than 3 years ago. Literally, and what I say over and over again is that a year is a year, or a year is a long time. So when I see bits and pieces of backing off and make it look, they make the years look minuscule, and they double imply that as soon as you ride on that star, it's over. Okay. And what they're trying to inflict is the old way of living, okay, which is not good. Literally, holy cock, not good, not good at all. Because let me tell you something. Literally, I had to roll with the gist. Literally, with skateboarding is a consistent thing. Why I landed a Runo in a triplicate fashion, literally, just like that, and what happened was I got the gist of it. I didn't keep to get going, literally, so I got the stickers on, the skateboard's partially fucked up, and, but there's a science behind that. The fourth dimension is criticism for a reason. You know what the fourth dimension is? The fourth dimension, literally, is something by itself, with no emphasis, because the first dimension has multiple layers. You know how me Uncle Tommy see I have 3 layers over him? You see how his layer is in the middle? It overrides in the fourth dimension. Therefore, it can't pick up on certain signs. Therefore, if somebody is adjacent in the fourth dimension, literally somebody can outweigh him in proportion. Well, what adjacent does is you do something before somebody else does something. Okay, and so that's just one. Literally, so what happened was, literally, this little cat that moved back and forth, literally, that got me with frequency, that was there for multiple days, and what happened was, with these stupid ass, people going in and out with fucking NASA, literally, being in their own little world, literally constructing, which is gone, from a world, by the way, a world blood, by the way, literally, yeah, that shit right there, literally, what happened, literally, what did I wake up to? Literally, that shit was distracting me the whole time. So I was trying to cast this cat lady because it looks just like me and Vanessa, right? Literally, when I'm going down the tier list, right? Literally, and the cat was moving back and forth, literally, but it was stupid. Literally, I had all this perspective from Nokia. Literally, fucking, this is one ornament. It's an ugly ornament, but it was defying the work I was doing at the house, literally. And what happened was, literally, it went back so many fucking times, literally. So it took 3-4 days. On the 4th day, what I did was, it was still up there. Literally, I went back for a little bit to go take CeeLo, and I went back, literally, and it was taken down, literally, and then literally, I had the roasted Uda Voodoo. Literally, I was there, literally, all that thing called to play in my head, and like, you gave it plenty of chances. No. Not one of them was real, because every single time that chance came with a distraction. Okay, so anyway, literally, there's a whole other part, literally, I'm not going to get into, but the whole point of this video is you recognize that you can't inflict the old world's criticism due to what you make me go through in the gym. You see how I'm getting, buff, short, this and that, literally, and you can't have me do 100 push-ups and 100 sit-ups, literally, because you would make a girl with purple hair suck me up, literally. flat out, bare minimum. So you can't inflict the old world's message because you're too busy fucking around, okay? And it's stupid. It's completely fucking stupid. Literally, it's the stupidest shit in the whole world. It's the stupidest shit, like Curse Bar versus Sasuke. I'm done. You see how that was? Well, I'm trained literally to explain the fact behind it. So it's stupid. It's completely fucking stupid, alright? It's retarded, alright? Literally, I have a white cock, by the way. So, when it comes to being detrimental, literally, and predecessorly, literally, this is really, really, really out there, because if you don't understand, this video is for everybody who misconcepts that literally you guys are literally wrong. Literally, it could have took 15 minutes while I went back from CeeLo, but in reality it took 2 because it was just an ornament, okay? And it's not good. Literally, I told him I watched their raw material. Literally, when I see bits and pieces of my anime, what did I tell you? Literally, consistency. And what did they try to get through to me? Literally, Isaiah already had mirages of my anime. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, because what all my fucking fell for, literally, when those skateboarders literally were trying to fill in her shit, one of them did, literally, fucking, and once she rejected Joss, the worst part about being Alma, literally, is that I understand she gets back around. I understand I was the most popular guy, freshman year. I understand this, and that. So, guess what happens, literally? I can live without her. And guess what ends up happening to Joss? Joss ends up saying this shit, literally, and Alma falls for her own video vixen. And it happens. It happens the fucking day. Literally, I'm not disappointed in myself. I'm disappointed in the world of my generation, which is connected to my mom's world. You see what happened? The reason why I lost my mom was because I wanted to live through a high. But you see, when I put on the DVR art shit, when I put on skills, when I put on Gray America, I'm like, literally, we can have all this. We can have by Moonbase. We can have this, and that. Literally, we can live like Conan Kids Next Door, because we are responsible. We are the voice actors of the next Naruto. We are the voice actors of the next generation. And so guess what ends up happening? Literally, they got so fucking heavy. Like I said, there's more to this shit. That their domestic violence pull up. Just like when I was in the hood, my domestic violence really was fluctuating, because I did everything to change. Really, I didn't have a concrete receipt like work or school. And what happened was, my shit was connected to a high, and this is where this video kicks in. When you correct your family, like when you start dressing, like when I started, wearing thrift store clothes, when I started, wearing polo, polyester, a whole lot of shit. Literally, when you correct your family, when they're like, no, DBZ save me, and like every family has gone through this shit, guess what ends up happening? Literally, when you correct them, when you live your life through a high, this, and that, guess what happens? Literally, when you finally get the restraining order, you get domestic violence. Boom, I caught you for calling out because you wanted to live through a high. You didn't cemetery in the military, you didn't go to college, you didn't go to school. Literally, guess what I did? I called out the more of what you're doing. And guess what? Also, what makes this country disgusting is I made you comfortable 100% of the way there. Literally, I made you think this shit was cool. Literally, I forgot I let you outside somebody fucking older. I let somebody older be sung by you. But I never let you literally know the right of your decision. I allowed you to be adjacent. Literally, so how am I supposed to say, go to the military out of nowhere? Literally, when you're fucking obsessed with partying. That's why what I went through, literally, was the actual drug. It doesn't matter if I'm reading. It doesnent matter, literally, if I'm dancing. It doesn't matter this is that. I'm using a mind-controlling substance, which is a drug, okay? And your mother cannot provide drugs for you when you're looking for actual love, okay? And this is real shit. This is real shit, okay? So when I give you that paper domestic violence, that means I called out you living for high. You're not submitting to the government, okay? Literally, because you can't do nothing. That's the difference between a loser and winner. But in this generation, when you hide behind shit like Rihanna, there's no fucking difference. That's my generation felt. So what does that do with my mom? Literally, what that does is when my mom puts something important, when my generation lived through a high just like me, literally, see, gain less points just like I gain less points. Now I can't rely on these people because they want to believe a gang before they believe me. Well, I'm the one who created Yumidenji. So I'm like, you know what? That's your funeral. Literally, if you don't believe that I'm, a gang member or a partial gang member, literally, why I know that I know there's a gangster that's fucking connected, why when I was homeless, I was watching anime on my phone, don't fuck with me, literally, because I'm gonna give you a straightforward response every single time. Literally, an alien's gotta pop out, and he's gonna reject you as soon as he puts it in your coochie, okay? Get the fuck out of here. Literally, a dog can fucking see a pattern recognition of your shit. I'm done. It's true. It's very fucking true. Literally. And back in the group on one of my, favorite criticisms, was by a guy named Thaddeus, literally. And literally, he told me, literally, when I told him, oh, my mom was dressing me, she was throwing my clothes everywhere. He's like, you think like a child, that's why you treat you like one. Literally, even though I knew he was using a form of reverse psychology, back in the day. Literally, the truth behind it is, Thaddeus' story was way worse. He had multiple child molestations in the pen. Literally, he had multiple, car deals that he didn't pay. He had this, and that. Literally, Thaddeus literally was overcrowing and debt, literally, that was Thais' starting, and that's true. That's the truth behind this video, literally. You have to recognize that, literally, me and my mom tied. What makes her, Angle's so fucking deadly? It's like a lot of people live behind a Deus Ex Machina. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this, literally. I'm gonna, say a whole bunch of fake shit, literally. It's gonna look clean like James, right? And that's the key to most James in life, literally. Fucking lying, literally, lying behind a Deus Ex Machina is how you create, a perfect persona, and Blood is known for that, and Bloods are kings for that, and so, that's the actual tool that they fucking teach you, in the meeting. And I'm done, So guess what ends up happening? We have all those people from South Park really eating their food, and Butters has a build that can beat him at a fucking fight. They keep on eating. That's her fucking angle, okay? So guess what ends up happening? All right. They support grandmastering shit like those Indian people, the bakers, saying, no, Lily, you didn't promise me sex, this, and that. Lily fucking, color or another, Lily knowing how to affect a human. And it's crazy. And, the main reason, why, yeah, it's so true. It's because he's supposed to, because he understands that social, revolves around, a calm, understanding manner. So if they're understanding to be imaginary, really hide behind shit like, James or they. Lily, what does that do for me? What does that do for me while I'm being true? I don't know how I lie. I'm holding on to something real. That makes me attack them, right? Because I want the oomph. I want, I want to get actual reaction on somebody when they could be lying. Lily, you see how I made that, video yesterday? That me and Justin Lily were equal in terms of fighting, but Lily, what I was doing wasn't in closing statement. And he was like, you're UFC shit, but I could have got in between. Lily, that's real fucking shit, okay? I'm able to fuck Lindsay Lohan and Britney Spears. I don't like talking about junior high. I don't like talking about that shit. Lily, and I come at the lesbian cops like, let's be real. Lily, at least, my brother didn't say it directly. He said it, but not directly. He allowed it to channel, okay? And so that's positive. So what happens, Lily, when I use your game to use the positives, Lily, you don't understand because I'm reading it, you're being in the Yaddle all day. This is where we get the conundrum, okay? Lily. And it's true. It's very fucking true. You know what that does? That allows people to hide behind the little banging shit, the little fucking fake Indian shit, literally, long enough, literally, that they can get access and result. Because it's a war at the end of the day. When you inflict somebody with Nora, it's a war. And what ends up happening is when they keep on hiding behind this fake shit, when they keep on hiding behind the Deus Ex Machina, and just keeps on hiding behind something real, that's where we get that Eris is the only one getting points that everybody else is hiding behind bullshit.